Oh no, that penguin have bad juju.
There once was a girl named Bella, who was 16 years old. Her family had raised her in a loving, positive atmosphere, and always encouraged her to care about what's on the inside. Yet as much as they tried to influence her ideals, they always had trouble with Bella when it came to appearance. They always told her that true beauty was on the inside, but Bella did not or could not grasp this. Since she was very young, she would spend countless hours constantly styling her hair, changing and trying on different clothes, and worrying about how pretty she was. Bella always got compliments on her eyes, which were a deep, piercing blue. This act of trying and retrying on clothes and makeup became even worse when she got her first doll, an old porcelain one that was given to her by her aunt. She admired the grace and style of the doll, to her a perfect portrait of beauty, and her favorite thing about it was how lifelike the doll's eyes were, which made her think of how pretty her own eyes were. Since then, Bella became obsessed with dolls, always trying to dress like one, even putting on makeup to make her skin white and fair. Her mother became so worried about her obsession with all of this, she told Bella that if she wouldn't stop being so obsessed with appearance, that her dolls would be the first thing to go. Bella promised to stop, but her mom soon found out she continued the behavior. Enraged, Bella's mother got rid of all of her dolls, makeup, and extra clothes, throwing them into the dumpster. This devastated Bella, who screamed and cried for hours and hours when she saw that all of her favorite and beautiful things were taken away. Eventually, she stopped talking and was even sent to a psychiatrist who tried to help her, but had no such luck. One day, Bella disappeared on her way home from school. Foul play was investigated, especially since there had been other kidnappings in the area, but it was soon ruled out. In fact, they weren't even sure when Bella disappeared, seeing as her cell phone was still in her locker at school. She never went anywhere without it. The only clue they had was a call Bella made that morning to a doll maker by the name of Samuel Black. After checking into it, they found he was one of the best doll makers around. Her mother then remembered Bella asking about a Samuel Black doll before, but she refused on account of how expensive they were. After talking to Mr. Black, they found Bella had contacted him about purchasing one of his dolls, yet she didn't have enough money. Bella got upset when the doll maker told her that there was nothing he could do, and discouraged her from buying after she explained her mother had thrown hers all away for how she'd been acting. He sensed that there was something not quite right with Bella, and had to end the phone call. There was nothing suspicious about Mr. Black, and in fact he was ruled out as a suspect. He was especially cooperative, and even told them he would alert authorities should she contact him again. The story was all over the news, and Bella's mother became even more stressed from all the attention. She was glad when things finally died down around 3 months later. The one thing that helped her through was the letters of encouragement she got from those who'd seen her story on the news. It was one of the few good things about the publicity. One day she received a large package in the mail, to which she reluctantly signed for, since there was no return address. She figured it was another gift from a sympathizer. After tearing off the outer package, she noticed the name Samuel Black around the box. She figured he had sent her a gift for all that she'd been through. After opening it completely, to her horror, she found a life-size porcelain doll in the package. This, of course, upset her to the point of tears, and she couldn't even fathom why they would send her a doll to console her after all that had happened. Despite her shock, she couldn't help but notice just how detailed Mr. Black's dolls were. This one was life-size indeed, and ornately decorated. She saw how eerily real the porcelain eyes were. She never liked porcelain dolls because of how creepy the eyes were, especially on this one. Once she calmed down, she phoned in to vent her outrage. She explained the situation to the secretary, who immediately apologized and offered to find who sent her the doll so she could file a complaint with the police for harassment. After checking, the secretary told her with surprise that no one had ordered a doll to be sent to her house. This made her then demand to speak to Samuel Black for answers. Oh my, you haven't heard? The secretary said somberly. Heard what? The police here in Oregon found Mr. Black in his home yesterday, when he didn't show up for work after an entire week. He was murdered. Murdered? Yes, they're still investigating. We're all pretty shaken up about it. Oh, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry I got so upset. It's alright, Miss Sykes. That's totally understandable. You've been through a lot with your daughter. Is there anything else that we can do for you? No. I've got to go now. Okay, I'm so sorry again about what happened. We'll keep you in our thoughts, though. I hope your day goes better for you. Thank you. Miss Sykes then put her phone away and sat down in shock, staring blankly as she took the information in. Who sent this doll to her, then? Perhaps someone had it shipped to their private home, then sent it to her house? She went back into the den where she left the doll, only to find the doll was now missing, but with the packaging still there. Randy? She called hesitantly, thinking her husband had come home without her noticing. As she got closer to the inner package, she noticed something odd on it. When she inspected further, she brought her hand to her mouth to keep from screaming. There was dried blood on the packaging. Suddenly, she felt the cool touch of porcelain wrap around her. She screamed and pushed the unknown assailant away from her, and took off for the front door, not daring to look behind her. Livid fear coursed through her when she saw a padlock and chain on the front door. She clawed at the lock, but with no success in doing anything. Soon she heard the clod of heavy feet coming towards her in the foyer, and she froze in terror as she saw the life-size doll was coming towards her. Her legs seized up, and she shrank herself against the wall, awaiting for this monstrosity to kill her. As the thing got closer, she saw a trail of blood that oozed out from the pant leg. The porcelain face of the doll creature was the most horrific. A bright smile with blushed cheeks, all painted up and decorated, which only made it even more horrifying. Once in front of her, the thing stopped and turned its head to the side as if curious about something. "What do you want?" the mother screamed.
Do you like it?
The doll thing said in a whisper. At that moment, the mother realized why this doll's eyes were so unsettling to her. They were a deep, piercing blue, just like her daughter's.
What's wrong, Mommy? I just wanted to hug you. Don't you think I'm pretty? Am I beautiful now?